and welcome to the Garden Report, powered by CLNS, with a little dash of Celtics blog and a sprinkle of RX bars.
Jimmy, that's a recipe.
Yeah.
That is a gourmet recipe.
Speaking of recipes, RX bars are all natural recipes. So go to rxbar.com/CLNS, promo code CLNS, and you're going to get what? What is it? You're going to get
25%
You're going to get
off.
25% off and free shipping.
Your first purchase.
Your
Which
first
we've had
purchase.
people purchase multiple.
Yeah, I've had people go multiple emails on this one.
I know.
We'll bleep that one out, but I think that's actually happening because it's such a good deal.
It is.
So if you haven't done it once, do it and then do it again. Now, recipe for success for the Celtics lately, I'm going to say first off is just that All-Star break. I think that All-Star break for them, they're 3-0 now out of the All-Star break. I think that extra rest is really paying off dividends right now. More so for some players than others. So we're going to do a little stock up, stock down. Get out your portfolios. I don't know if you guys are investors or not, but if you are in the Celtics, you probably have a good idea on this one. I'm going to throw it in, Nick. Stock up on the Celtics right now. Gimme.
Oh, man. I mean, Kyrie Irving, I mean, how could you say not? That's the easiest one. I'm going to throw that at you with no reason needing. Just look at the box score.
Yeah, I mean, okay, so Kyrie, stock up. It already would say it was probably pretty high up there. But if you bought it, let's say 3 weeks ago,
I don't know, Jimmy.
I think it's trending, still trending upwards.
It's way trending.
He's the type of, and he's the guy. I think right now, all the hullabaloo, the All-Star stuff, that's all over. Even a little bit of like drama. I don't know if you want to say that like the Isaiah Thomas stuff was distracting or the Pierce retirement ceremony was distracting, but all that stuff's in the past, and I think now it's just like basketball. So this is when Kyrie can really put the blinders on, and I think lead the team. So I agree with you. Stock up on that.
But I also want to touch on prior to the All-Star break, Kyrie was starting to get into a little ISO ball, and that might have been a reflection of his teammates standing around watching him.
Yep.
But definitely stock up on Kyrie.
31 in New York City under the lights.
Yeah, damn, that was a game.
25 Monday night against the Grizzlies. And I'm going to go, okay, so I'll throw it to myself now. Stock up. I'm going with Daniel Theis. Theis is nice. Theisty boy. Great production, whether he's in the starting lineup or whether he's coming off the bench. I like what I'm seeing from him. Stretch big, likes to get down and dirty. He's a guy that's not showing up on tons of scouting reports right now, but I think he's going to be really instrumental for them down the stretch here. He can play multiple positions. He can spell guys like Tatum if they start to continue to hit that rookie wall.
Yep.
He can play the forward. He can play, they throw him in a small lineup. He can play, one of those 5-4 spots in stints. So I really like what he's giving them right now, and he's active on the glass, both ends, and he's shown that he can score.
And you talk about scouting report, no question about it. We were talking about it in the press room prior to tip-off. The Celtics heavily scouted him. They recruited him, and it's showing in the way that he's playing.
Overseas scouts.
Overseas scouts. I mean, he's a pro. People forget he's a professional rookie. He's a pro.
Yeah.
Overseas, he has the experience. The Celtics saw something in him, and he's the type of guy that you hear mentioned often, especially pregame pressers when it comes with Brad Stevens. He seems to talk about Theis quite a bit. Do you think he's a long-term guy here?
I wouldn't say long-term like
forever.
7 years or anything like that.
Not Tommy Heinsohn.
I mean, he's under contract for them for the next couple of years, I believe, and I think he's definitely, his role is going to increase over those next few years, for sure. He gets more comfortable with this game over here in the States. Coming from overseas, there are some adjustments. Yeah, so he can only get better, and I think Stevens really likes him. Do you have an honorable mention stock up or?
Oh, man, I did not figure out an honorable mention stock up. I got to think of somebody, I'm sure, but go ahead.
I'll go. I was going to just say Rozier.
Terry Rozier's great stock up, especially in Kyrie's absence in February.
And there's one stock up where this is like a volatile stock as far as I'm concerned. You probably know who I'm talking about. You're either really bullish,
I know exactly
you're either really bullish on this guy, or you're really bearish on him.
But he's proved, Marcus Smart has proved over the last 3 games the difference he does make on defense. Now, we need to also keep it in consideration here. The opponents have not been top-notch the last 3 games. So let's stock down, Jimmy.
Stock down?
Yeah.
I'm not worried about this, but I think stock down a little bit right now is Al Horford. I think he's coming out a little flat out of the break.
Dude.
He's offensively, he's being a little, I think he's just a little off right now. Nothing I'm worried about if I'm the Celtics. Obviously, he's a pro, he's a veteran. He's going to show up down the stretch. He's going to show up in the playoffs. But for all intents and purposes, I think his stock is down compared to where it was.
I'd have to agree. And that was Al was kind of my – I never criticize Al, really.
Well, go ahead.
But I've got to say, stock definitely down. He's dropped in minutes, points, field goal percentage, rebounds. most importantly, in my opinion, assists and field goal attempts. So that usually tells me Al is either, because he has a tendency to get lost in the offense, or he's just not looking for the ball. But if you notice prior to the All-Star break, during that skid where the Celtics were really struggling, defenders had started to play Al Horford differently.
Yep.
They were playing him far closer to the half-court line, because they were playing a lot of power point forward, and I think that's tripped up Al's game. And then you have the age, but he's down in every single category, including minutes. I think Al Horford is definitely a stock down. Not concerned about it though.
I think he's a buy low candidate. Why don't we put it that way?
Yeah,
buy
like
low
that.
candidate with the expectation that
He's not
his
a penny
fourth
stock.
quarter earnings are going to come in, beat expectations.
Yeah, I'm not worried.
One more stock down guy, trending around the $0 mark for me right now is Greg Monroe.
I had a feeling that was coming.
He's just a guy, and honestly, I hope I'm wrong on this, but I've just never been huge on him.
Yeah.
I've just never been huge on him in the NBA. I think he's bounced around for a reason. I think he never really took that, step to star player. Yeah. Now, that being said, he was available in the buyout market. I think the Celtics were right in order to do that, and I still think it's early. So he is a stock down guy right now, and I think he's another guy buy extremely low, because if he can give you 10, 12 minutes off the bench down the stretch, maybe help you out in some matchup-based situations in the playoffs, then that's a good signing.
And the other side of it, Jimmy, is stock low, buy low, bought really low. Danny got him out at a bargain deal.
Don't put all your money in it.
No,
but
and keep your eyes on it, because Monroe, though I don't think he fits into the Stevens system too seamlessly. He does, if Stevens will run some low post plays or even high post plays, amazing passer in the same vein as Al Horford in that area. So he does have potential. Stock down on my end, not a shocker. I hope that it turns around, but it is Jason Tatum, who through January and February. How dare I? know it's blasphemy. It's like criticizing,
rookie, man.
But you know what? He's
Give him a break.
He's an impactful rookie, and he played in the Rising Stars Challenge at the Alls. I'm not saying that has anything to do with it, but the break might have helped him a little more. I'm not criticizing Jason. I think I still don't move him for just about anybody. That's a whole nother topic. But he's down in just about every category, and in confidence categories like shot attempts, like turnovers. And to me, yes, he's only a rookie, but he's a very important rookie because he's a crucial player to the Celtics. They need Jason Tatum to look at the three-point shot, Jimmy. He went from 1st to 8th.
Oh, my God, he's an 8th. Oh, my God, that's awful.
That was really hilarious. Could you do that again, please? Can we
roll
that
what
again?
No. I know what you're saying.
You see, it's drastic.
But you know what? On the other end, is he really going to maintain first in the end?
I don't think anybody expects him to, but I do think they expect him to play more, shoot a little better than 34% or whatever he shot in February.
Real quick, wild stat about Tatum.
Yeah,
Leads the NBA, and this is something that I saw NBC Boston tweet. Leads the NBA as of Sunday, going into Sunday. Leads the NBA in fourth quarter plus minus. Leads the NBA.
I saw
that. So he's
that
a guy
too,
that Brad Stevens is going to stick with this guy, I think, through the ups and the downs because he's important to them down the stretch. Last advice, Bitcoin, buy. That's my last financial advice. Stock up, stock down. This is Nick Gelso, Jimmy Toscano, signing off from the TD Garden Report. We'll see you guys next time.